So, a friend of mine shared with me once the importance of remaining grateful, and that the way that he was reminded of that was his grandfather used to say to him, if you ever find yourself with no shoes, imagine a man with no feet. Imagine a man with no feet. I think it's incredibly important in life to be grateful at all times, and that saying, an attitude of gratitude creates abundance, has proven to be incredibly true in my life, because in the times where I felt grateful, I exuded a positive energy and I became the creator of my universe. And if my creation was gratitude, if my creation was gratefulness and not a state of lacking and not a state of not having things, then I would be right in line to create the best life for myself. In the adverse, if I were to look at the situation and say, oh, I don't have the new Corvette this year, and I'm driving a brand new, almost $100,000 truck. Why would I not be grateful for the things that I have in my life when everything in front of me is so abundantly beautiful? And on another scope, if you look at it further, we can go back to times in our lives where we've had difficult trials, and we remember what it was like to be late to pay your bills, late to pay this, maybe you had a foreclosure or repossession, maybe you've had something horrible happen in your life and you're not alone anymore. Whatever it may be, whatever those difficult things were that we went through in our past, they're not what dictates our future, and they're not what dictates our present. Those moments, though, although they seem bleak, are actually gifts. They're actually wonderful gifts, and they give you appreciation. They give you the gratitude. They give you in that situation, in those dark times where you're like going through it. You know what it's like to suffer. Well, you have a vague idea, considering that all over the world there's people in other countries that have it horribly, that would kill somebody for a piece of chicken, that wouldn't even know what to do if they saw a steak. There are people all over this world that are in horrendous environments, situations, captives, people in other prisons in other countries that if they don't have money, that they don't eat. If their family doesn't send them food in prison, they don't eat. I know because I've been in difficult situations myself, and from somebody that's been in prison, around people not knowing if you're going to wake up the next day, not knowing if someone's going to poison you again, not knowing if someone's going to try to take you out for no reason. I was at a max security site camp. There was a lot of crazy days and a lot of unfun stuff that was happening. So for me to look at situations today and find myself lacking or feeling ungrateful for the things in my life, I think that would put me in a state of disappointment with myself. And ultimately, my goal is to be productive, successful, create a life for my family and for myself, and stability and a foundation for the future. And right now is all that we have. Nothing else. The future doesn't exist without right now. The past doesn't exist anymore because it's not present. So here we are. I find myself incredibly grateful, and when I don't, I try to remember what my friend told me and his grandfather told him, and I thought it was really cool, and I hope it helps you guys. If you find yourself with no shoes, imagine a man with no feet. I love you guys. Have an awesome day.